All right, guys, what we have is this Utility 77. It's a new piece of equipment for us. We're just going to do a brief walkthrough, show everybody what it's about. This will be stationed at 77. This is a unique feature because we do have the boat capabilities upstairs. We have a small boat motor here, about 9.9 Yamaha, that we can take off. We're going to do an initial setup on that. Today we're just going to walk you through how it's positioned on here and what we're holding on this truck and trailer. So we have our new utility vehicles. These are the Kubota side-by-sides, and we have them set up for any kind of rescue off-road, getting people out of the woods or whatever we need to do with them. We're going to go over operations of taking it off the trailer correctly, but I just kind of wanted to give you an overview of how this works. The utility vehicle will need to be off the trailer before we can get the boat off, of course. There's 2 pins on the back of the trailer. Up front of the trailer here we have life jackets, where if we had to use the boat up top, that we could use the life jackets. You must have a life jacket on. We also have some utility rope, some rescue rope that we can use, and a throw cushion. If this has need for air in it, we do have a pump up here, a manual pump that we can pump this up. There's also some straps and a throw cushion. Also in this we have the controls for the winch. The winch, we'll show you later on, it brings the top of the boat trailer down once the UTV is off. We can lower the boat to make it more easy to get off the trailer and use. The unique thing about this is going to be the boat aspect on the top. So it's someone's in the water in a small area that you can't get to with the boat, or you just need to grab and go. We would utilize this small inflatable boat right here. It's maximum about 2 people on it. We have a 9.9 horsepower motor that we can attach to it. So what we're going to do is just kind of go over this trailer. We went through a couple different designs when we were looking at doing this. First we were going to add something on the UTV, and then between Lieutenant Staub and myself, we decided to go ahead and do this. We got our winch cable here. It's kept in the front compartment. What we're going to do is you'll retrieve this out. Right here you'll see where you plug the winch cable in. So we're going to plug that in. Now we should be live on this. There's 2 pins that we need to pull on this trailer. There's 1 pin here. It's a safety aspect. And there's a pin, it's the same on the other side. So once we get that pulled, you set your pins down, come on back there to this side. A real important aspect of this is to make sure that we're all clear before we come down. So this is going to take this back. It's going to deploy the boat to where you can actually use 2 guys and get the boat off the trailer without risking further injury or anybody getting injured from this thing being pretty heavy. So now I'm going to turn it over to Lieutenant Judy, and he'll go over the rest of it.
What we have here is a rib. It's 10 foot long. It's an inflatable, semi-rigid fiberglass hull. It's going to be a quick response boat. Like Chief Robertson said, it's for areas that are hard to get to, or we don't have a boat ramp, we can deploy this. And I'm going to show you how to do everything. It's strapped into the front, strapped in the back. Always make sure your bilge plugs in the back is in there. It is a self-bailing hull, so when you put the motor on the back, it will take on water. Make sure the bilge plug is in there. Yep. Basically 1 guy on each side. You'll get it started, and once you get it moving, this in here is going to hit the ground first. We'll get it started. Get it to the ground. Okay, clear. Try not to drop this on concrete if you can, because it will damage the fiberglass hull. Grass or sandy area would be better to do. And make sure when you go to lower it, there's nobody underneath it. I'll show you clear. Okay, once you get it on the ground, 1 guy on each side, you'll carry it to the body of water. All right. There is 2 oars in each side of the boat. Life jackets are located in the trailer. Each rescuer needs a life jacket once they board the boat. And I'll show you guys how to get the motor. This rig is powered by a 9.9 Yamaha 4-stroke engine, which means it does have oil in the crankcase, so on your daily checks you need to take the cover off, and it has a yellow dipstick. Make sure you check the oil when you're doing your truck checks. A couple features on the motor. This is the throttle here. If you spin the throttle to the right, that's your throttle. Spin it to the left, that goes back to idle speed. Shifter, if you push this backwards, it's reverse. Push it forward, that's engaged in the forward gear. And neutral. This little device here is a kill switch. Anytime you have a motor on a vessel, make sure you wear your kill switch. It's a dead man switch. If you were to fall out of the boat, it shuts the engine off. This little knob here is the tension for the throttle. It spins freely if you roll it back. If you tighten it, it's like a cruise control. It holds the throttle. The lever here is the tension for the steering. If you shove it all the way to the left, it makes the steering easier. If you shove it to the right, it puts tension on the steering and it's harder to steer. So if it's hard to steer, flip that lever to the left. One of the most important things in this boat is the shallow water lever. There's a little black lever right here. In this position, this motor is locked down. So if you were to hit something, it's not going to kick up. If you want it to kick up, this lever has to be pushed in the up position right there. That allows the engine to pivot. If you hit something, it'll come out of the water and protect your prop and your skeg. Also, you need in this position here to remove the outboard from the trailer. This device right here, this is a flushing valve. This is not to be used to run the motor. This is only used after you run it, you can flush the engine. If you need to run the motor at the station to check it, there's some rubber muffs. And those muffs go on the intake of the motor right here. So you connect your water hose to here. This slides on here, and make sure the rubber cups are over the intakes on each side. Turn your water on, then you can run the motor. How you know it's getting water, there's a little valve over here and you'll see the telltale water coming out. And I'll show you guys how to get the engine off. It's a little bit of technique. Tilt the motor in that position. You'll have one guy hold the foot of the engine, and I'm going to loosen this. These are the clamps. These are important. So when you put this on the boat, make sure these are tight. Otherwise, you'll lose the engine in the water. One, two, three. All right, sit it down. All right. As you can see, it's quite heavy. If you use teamwork, you can get it. I'll walk the outboard down to the boat and I'll show you how to put it on. Okay, now the next step, I'm going to tighten the bracket, the center of the motor. A little more. It's good, hold that. Make sure it's seated on the transom of the boat here. Tighten it up. If you get into the boat and the boat feels like the pressure is low, there is a foot pump in the red trailer, and there's a hose, and your air valves are each side here, the little white air valves. You unscrew those, connect the hose, and you can put air in the boat if the pressure's low. Right. Now we need the gas tank. With the boat being so short, I always put the tank in the front to counterbalance the boat. And on this fuel valve, we have a clip. This is what keeps it from coming off the motor. So if you look down here, this little knob here has got a little thing. So this is going to go on this side. It's going to push on, and it should click. So now we have fuel to the motor. So me and my partner are both dressed. We're ready to deploy the boat. This pond's a little shallow, so it'll take us a little while to get the boat out. Jay's gonna go to the front of the boat. That's gonna bring the transom up, and that'll help us launch. Also have paddles. I can use these paddles as a push pull, keeping the weight of the boat in the front. That should allow us to clear out. I'm clear from the shore. I'm going to lower the motor now, using that lever. First thing you do is put the kill switch on the dead man button, slides behind it. If the motor is starting from a cold start, you want to pull the choke one time, give it a couple pulls, and now push the choke in. If it doesn't start, give it another pull. It should start right up. Okay, now the engine's running. I'm gonna let it run idle for a second. This lever here is your forward reverse. So forward and reverse. In the middle is neutral. This here is your tiller handle. If you need to give the boat throttle, you're gonna push your hand down. And that's going to give it throttle. If you push your hand up, that's gonna bring it back to idle. A tiller motor, if you want to steer and you want to go left, you pull to you. If you want to go right, you push the motor away from you. That's what's unique about a tiller steering system, is the operator is the steering. So it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it.